Hello there, welcome to my channel. Okay, in this video I'm going to explain to you Chemistry Paper 2 Extended, and this is 21 May-June paper 2020. So the time given here is 45 minutes only. Okay, next we're going to proceed with the first question. Okay, the first question is, a mixture of ice and water is left to stand and the ice melts. Okay, which row describes what happened as the ice is melting? So when the ice is changing to water is called as latent heat. Okay, in latent heat there is no change of temperature. So this 2 is wrong. So they stay the same. Temperature stays the same. Okay, now if you look at it, the energy is used to overcome attraction force between the solid, so they break the bonding to become a water. So your answer is donkey here, D. Okay, now we go to the second question. Okay, for number 2, which piece of apparatus should be used to measure exactly 21.4 centimeter cube of water? So your best answer here will be burette. Alright, so here will be burette 50 centimeter. So this one will be the more accurate, C. Okay, if you look at the number 3, the chromatogram of for an unknown dye is shown. Okay, the RF value is being calculated by 9. Okay, from here to here. So 9 divided by, so here will be 9 divided by 12. Alright, this is the height. So you'll be getting the 0.75. So your answer is C. Okay, for number 4, the atomic number and the nuclear number of a potassium atom are shown below. Okay, atomic number here is a proton. Nuclear number here we given the symbol of N. Okay, the proton must be, this is iron. Okay, this is the potassium ion. So when you potassium and proton and electron must be the same. So here will be the electron arrangement is 2.8.8.1. So when this one changes to ion, it will become 2.8.8. So they loses 1. Okay, so this is the electron number here, 18, 19, and neutron is a minus. 39 minus with 19, so you got there 20. So your answer is A here. Okay, so at here the electron structure of a 2 atom P and Q. P and Q combine together to form a compound. So first is 2. We calculate the electron arrangement 2, and here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is a non-metal. Okay, non-metal, and here will be 2.1. So this one is a group 1, so it should be a metal. So the ion here will be formed. Okay, this one will form a Q positive, and here this part they'll form P negative. So they'll form an ionic covalent, ionic bonding. Okay, they'll form ionic bonding with the formula of PQ due to this. So they'll cross multiply, they'll become a QP, OPQ. So your answer is A. 5 is A. Okay. Okay, for number 6. For number 6, which row contains a description of metallic bonding and a property that is explained by reference to metallic bonding? Okay, metallic bonding is you have positive atoms. Okay, positive atoms, and it is and you have electrons, sea of electrons around it. Okay, this is a metallic bonding. So The best answer here will be lattice of negative ion. No, it's wrong. Wrong. So it should be either C or D. Okay, now we check the properties. So it should be a metal will react with acid. Okay, a piece of metal can be molded into different shapes. So your best answer here will be donkey. Okay, this is your answer. Okay, for number 7, which statement explains why methane has low boiling point than water? Because methane molecules are heavier? Not really. Methane molecules have more bondings? Not really. Okay, methane has a weaker covalent bond than water? Not really. Okay, so your best answer will be, this is the key word of this question. Okay, weaker attraction force than water. So your answer should be boy. Okay, now we look at number 8. A solution of iron 3 sulphate react with sodium hydroxide to form a red brown precipitate. So the balance equation here, so will be 3 sulphate 2 SO4, and here will be 3 and sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide, so this is wrong. Okay, this 2 is wrong. So your answer is either C or D. Now let us check this part. So you'll be getting here SO. Okay, now to form red brown precipitate. So they are asking for precipitate. Okay, the only difference between the C and D is here is aqueous and here is liquid. So all sodium salt is soluble, so they will be changed into aqueous, is soluble. So your answer is C. Okay, Haber process is a reverse reaction. The reaction has 30% yield. Okay, and volume of ammonia gas is this, measured at the room temperature. This is 24 d-metric cube. Is obtained by reacting 0.5 mole of hydrogen with excess. This one is excess, so we cannot take into this account. So 0.75 mole so if you notice here, okay, here the ratio is 3 and here's 2. So we have to get the ratio of the mole for ammonia. So we divided by 3 and then we will be getting here 0.25, and then we multiply with 2, okay, to get the mole for this ammonia. So you'll be getting the 0.5. So the mole that is related to ammonia is 0.5. So here you have to multiply with 24 to find the volume of ammonia gas, and you'll be getting the 12 d-metric cube. So 1 d-metric cube is a 1000 centimeter cube. So here will be 12,000, okay, centimeter cube. And then we have to relate this 30%, multiply with 12,000. So you'll be getting there 3,600. So your answer here is A. Okay, so here number 10. Dilute aqueous sodium chloride is electrolyzed using platinum electrodes. So here will be and half equation for the reaction at cathode. So cathode is a negative charged, so it's attracted Sodium and hydrogen will be attracted to the cathode, and we have to choose the least. So hydrogen is being selected. So hydrogen is here. The answer is A. Okay. So here number 11, electrolysis, aqueous copper sulphate. Okay, copper sulphate. So we just do this. Not really. Okay, now we have hydrogen and then sulphate and OH. Okay, what's the question? Statement about a reaction of an electrode is correct. Copper gain electron at negative electrode. This one will go to the negative electrode. Yes, of course. Copper gain electron. Yes, is correct, but we look the others. Okay, positive going to positive electrode is wrong. Hydrogen ion gain electron, negative, no. Okay, so between these two, copper and also hydrogen, copper will be chosen because it's much more lower than hydrogen in the electrochemical series. So your answer here is A. Okay, so the number 12, the equation for the complete combustion methane gas is this. Okay, now the overall energy change. So here will be, we have to, the structure of this is C, and you have a hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. So the CH here, you have 4 bondings. Okay, and then oxygens, you have here double bond, and is 2 bondings. Okay, so at this part, this is the formation. Okay, so to break this is the endothermic reaction, and here will be, this is for carbon dioxide. So for carbon dioxide you have this times with 2, and for hydrogen you have this. So OH you have to times with 4 because it's 2 here. So now we do the mathematics. So here will be 412 multiplied 4. This is 489 multiplied with 2. We total up, and here will be 2 times 743, and OH here will be 4 times 463. Okay, so when we are calculating here, you will be getting the answer. So here you will be getting the answer 2644, and here you will be getting the answer 263 times with 4. So here you will be getting 3338. So 3338 minus with 2644. So you will be getting the negative 904. So this is your answer. It is negative because it is a exothermic. Okay, it releases heat. Okay, now for the next question here will be, okay, for this question number 13, which statement about hydrogen fuel cell are correct? So it is, so it's a hydrogen, so they'll form water, okay, plus with the energy. So it should be both water. Okay, you have a carbon dioxide, so obviously 2 is not your answer. Wrong. 1, confirm your answer, and your answer will be either 3 or 4. So this is more to exothermic because it releases heat. Okay, it releases heat. So it's wrong. So your best answer here will be 1 and 3, A. Okay, next. Okay, next number 14. Which diagram represents a chemical change? It means must have a change Okay, this is more to freezing. Chemical change must be changes in the molecules. Okay, not A, not B. Okay, C also not. Okay, B, the D, if you look at it, after the reaction, it is combined. It's very different compared to the previous one. Okay, so your answer for 14 is donkey. Okay, for 15, the rate of reaction between calcium carbonate, chips, acid and acid hydrochloric is studied by collecting volume of gas released in 1 minute at a different temperature. Okay, this is the temperature, this is the rate of the reaction. So the higher the temperature, the higher the rate of the reaction. Okay, so now which statement fully explain why increasing the temperature has this effect on the rate? So kinetic energy of particle increases, so the collision are harder. It can be, so the number of collision between particle increases. Okay, not that accurate. The activation energy needed for the particles to react is reduced, so this is confirmed is wrong. There is more frequent collision between particles with enough energy, so it is a combination of A and B, the answer. Alright, so your best choice is D. Okay, now for number 16, the equation shows the equilibrium between dinitrogen tetroxide and nitrogen dioxide. So the color of the reactant and the product are also shown. This is a colorless, this is a brown. Okay, forward reaction is endothermic. So at equilibrium, the concentration of reactant and the product are constant. This is correct. Alright, so this is a reversible. So forward reaction and a reversible reaction is constant. So both of these is correct. Rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of reverse reaction. Yes, is correct. Concentration both here for A is also correct. Now we go to C. When the pressure is increased, a darker brown color is seen when pressure increases. Okay, when the temperature increases, a darker brown color is seen. Okay, this reaction is an endothermic, which means it is absorbing the heat. Okay, so here the D is also correct, because when it increases, you will have more products. Alright, so your best answer here is not correct, so it will be C. Okay, now is number 17. So the equation of two reactions iodide ion are shown. So which statement is correct? It's all about redox. So let us check one by one. If you look at reaction 2, this is the same. This is the same. Okay, because when we separate this, we are getting here argentum positive and iodide negative, so it's the same. So only reaction 2 is redox reaction is wrong. Both are redox reaction is wrong. Let us check the second one, the first one. So here this is oxidation. Okay, this is oxidation, and then if you look at here, this is reduction. Okay, this is reduction. So here your best answer here will be C. Okay, C is your answer. So number 18, the graph shows how the pH of a solution changes as an acid added to an alkali. acid added to an alkali. So here's alkali, and from the pipette here will be the acid. Okay, so the indicator will be here. Okay, here's the indicator. So it will be alkali first, then while the acid is dropping, it will reach a neutralization state. Okay, because they want both acid and salt are present together. So once they become neutralization, you will have salt. So to get more acid with the salt, your best choice will be D as your answer. So number 18 is D. Okay, now we scroll down for number 19. Okay, number 19 here will be, which statement describes a weak acid? Okay, weak acid. Okay, acid is a, if you want to know, it is a proton acceptor or donor. It gives out the hydrogen, so it is a proton donor. Okay, so it is a proton donor. So this proton donor, it ionizes partially. Okay, so this one will be the weak acid. So it's actually a wrong example. This one is a strong acid. So weak acid is example like ethanoic acid. So is CH3COO, and it will release a hydrogen ion. So this is the weak acid example. So answer is donkey, 490. Okay, now you scroll further down. Okay, number 20 here. The apparatus shown is used to prepare aqueous to sulphate. Okay, aqueous to sulphate. So we have a solid X, and here's a Y, and here's the heat, stirring, axis of solid X, filter paper, and you have the sulphate, copper sulphate. So X could be X. This is not relevant. Why? Okay. This is not reactive. Sulfuric acid. So your best choice of answer, if you have copper and iron sulfate, there is no reaction here. Okay, no reaction. When you have a salt and an acid, obviously it's a no reaction too. And if you have a sulfur and a salt, obviously it's no reaction. So when you have a copper oxide, this one will become like an alkali. Okay, alkali and acid. Alkali and acid, yes, you have this reaction, and it will produce copper to sulfate. So your answer is C here. Okay, let us scroll down further down. Okay, for number 21, lead to sulfate is an insoluble salt. Which method is suitable to obtain solid? Okay, let us go through one by one here. Mix lead to nitrate and potassium sulfate. Heat to evaporate all the water, collect the solid, and then wash and dry it. So this is not the right method, because this one will you have like both salt. You have a salt X and salt Y. So this one, it is not a water. Okay, it is not only water. So A is wrong. So mix aqueous to nitrate, potassium sulfate. Okay, the same thing. Filter, collect the filtrate, crystallize, and then wash and dry the crystal. Collect the crystal, Okay, we try to read the C. Mix. Okay, it's the same. Dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid. Filter and then wash dry the residue. Titrate. Oxide is sulfate crystallized. Okay, this one cannot be. So your best answer here will be C. Okay, 22. A group 1 metal, lithium, sodium, potassium, is react with a group 7 element. Which compound is formed when a group 1 metal of highest density react with the lowest density? So the arrangement will be for group 7 will be fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. And your group 1 here will be lithium, sodium, potassium. So here is chosen as potassium, and here is chlorine, bromine, iodine. So there is no fluorine here. So his lowest density. So is this. This combination you have a potassium iodide. Oh no, sorry. So the answer here should be potassium and chlorine. Is potassium and chlorine. So it should be boy. Okay, scroll down furthermore. Okay, now so question 23. Okay, the property of element titanium can be predicted from this position. Okay, titanium is from a transition element. Okay, transition element, yes, obviously can be used as a catalyst. Conducts electricity, yes, it is a metal. It forms colorful compound, yes. And then it has a high density because it is a metal. Okay, it is a metal here, so it should be boy. Everything is right except for this. Okay, now for number 24. Okay, 24, a balloon is filled. Okay, balloon is filled with helium. Helium is noble gas. Make balloon to rise up in the air. Alright, okay. And then, which is helium gas? Which gas is helium? Do not react with oxygen. So it should be lower because this balloon is rising up the air. So the density of the helium gas should be much lower compared to this one. Okay, so your answer here will be boy. This one is heavy, and helium does not react. Okay, for number 25. 25. Which property is shown by all metal? Okay, all metal, they extracted from their ore by heating with carbon. Not all. Okay, this one is not all. Only those in below the list, below the carbon in an electrochemical series can be extracted. So they form acidic oxide, not really, this is wrong. They react with hydrochloric acid to form hydrogen. Unreactive metals, they don't react with acids to form hydrogen. So yes, all of them, they conduct electricity. Yes, so your 25 answer is boy. Okay. Okay, number 26. Sodium nitrate is a white crystalline solid that decomposes on heating. So this is a reactant. So after it decomposes, so okay, this is a tricky question. Okay, so if you can see here, sodium oxide releases. Okay, this is wrong. This one is wrong. Okay, here should be. Okay, this is a tricky question, and you can see sodium is a group 1. Okay, so this group 1, group 1 only decomposed to form a nitric acid, okay, nitric acid, and it only releases oxygen. So your A is also wrong. So your best answer here is boy. Okay, because of a group 1, all group 1 nitrates will only form sodium, nitrate salt, and it will releases oxygen gas. Okay, next we move on to 27. Okay, 27, molten iron from blast furnace contains impurities. The process of turning the impure iron into steel involves blowing oxygen into molten iron, adding calcium oxide. Okay, what is the reason for blowing in oxygen and adding calcium oxide? So here will be carbon is removed by reacting with oxygen. That is true. Okay, so they don't react with this. If iron react with oxygen, it will become iron oxide, which is a rust. So C and D is wrong. So your best answer here, these two is correct. Okay, these two is correct. So now we look at here, calcium oxide. It reacts with acidic impurities making slag. React with slag? No, they will produce a slag. Okay, this process will produce a slag. Slag can be used for other things, for other things. So your best answer here will be A. Okay, now we go to question number 28. Okay, 28. Element Y react with copper 2 oxide to form copper. So element Y should be more reactive. So let me just like list down the reactivity here. So here's copper, Y is here. Y is more reactive than copper. Element Y do not react with zinc oxide. So it means zinc is much more higher reactivity than Y. So copper has no reaction with zinc oxide. Yes, it's true. So most reactive first. So should be zinc, Y, and copper. So it should be D. Okay, so we'll move on with 29. So here we have, okay, which statement shows that a liquid is a pure water? Okay, so we have to check here one by one. It boils at 100. It has a pH of 7. Blue cobalt, this one, it don't determine the pure water. It does not determine the pure water. Okay, the most accurate answer here will be A, because only water boils at 100, not other substance. But here it has pH value of 7. There is a lot of other materials, other substance, liquids that is a pH of 7. Okay, so now we look at 30. Which process removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere? Okay, from the atmosphere, if you look at it here, combustion they do release, decomposition they do release, respiration, yes, we do release. Photosynthesis is a reactant. Okay, is a reactant in this process where they will form oxygen and starch. So here they'll produce oxygen and also starch. Okay, so this is the product here. This is the reactant. It will be used in photosynthesis. So your answer is C. Okay, so now we'll move on with number 31. So number 31 here, ammonia is manufactured by Haber process. Okay, what are the conditions used in a Haber process? So this one is more to memorizing. Okay, so your best answer here will be this is too low. So it's either A or B, but the pressure should be higher. Alright, so pressure should be higher, more than 100. So your answer is boy. Coating iron helps to prevent rust. Which coat will continue to protect the iron even after the coating is damaged? So it should be a metal which is much more reactive than iron. So it should be donkey. Zinc is much more reactive than iron. Okay, so this is like a sacrificing metal. Okay, now we continue with number 33. Okay. So students suggest 3 use of calcium carbonate limestone. Okay, so 33 will be manufacturing of cement. Yes, it is a main component here to make a cement. Manufacture of iron. Yes, of course. Treating alkaline soil. Normally they have to treat acidic soil. Acid soil, it works well. Okay, it works well, but not for alkaline soil. So 3 is wrong. So 3 is wrong here. So your answer is A. Okay, number 34. The contact process is to use to manufacture concentrated sulfuric acid and consists of 4 steps. So which step involves the catalyst? The step that involves catalyst is this. Sulfur dioxide combined with oxygen to form a sulfur trioxide. Okay, so this is the process. So the production of a trioxide. Okay, trioxide gas. Alright, so 34 done. Okay, now we move on with number 35. Okay, which row of the production of ethanol by fermentation is correct? So raw material is more to starch, corn, all the fruits, right? So it is renewable. Plants are renewable energy. Energy requirement here is lower because there is no process. We just have to add in some enzymes, zymase, and the reaction is not fast, it is slow. Okay, it is slow. So your answer is boy. Okay, which statement about homologous series is correct? Okay, homologous series here. Homologous series, they have a same formula but different structural, right? So they all have same structural formula. Or this is wrong. They have a same formula, okay, molecular formula but different structural. And here similar chemical properties can be accepted. They are not hydrocarbons. Like C, member of homologous series all have a similar physical properties. Not really. So the best answer here will be boy. Okay, next we move on with number 37. Okay, 37 here. The increasing number of atoms in one molecule of hydrocarbon increase the amount of energy released when it burns. What is the correct order? Correct order here will be ethane, methane. Methane is C1. Okay, C you have a 1 carbon. Here you have 2 carbons. So it's wrong. This one's wrong. 2 carbon, 1 carbon, 2 carbon. So your best answer here will be, here's 1. Actually methane is an alkane, it's more heavier than ethane. So it's also wrong. So your best answer is a D. Carbon 1, ethane. Okay, so we go to number 38 now. Okay, some property of an organic compound J are listed. They are listed here. Okay, it is a liquid at room temperature. Yes, it is. Okay, soluble in water. So alkane is not soluble, they are more to oil, okay, oil base. So your answer is shrink down to C and D. Solution of J react with calcium carbonate. Okay, it's only acid can do this. This is acidic. So your answer is donkey. 38 is donkey. Now we go to 39. Ethane reacts with chlorine in a substitution reaction. What are the products of this reaction? So if you look at it here, the product will be chlorine, chloro. Okay, here's 2, here's 6. So what happens here is, here you will have 5 and you have chlorine, and this chlorine will combine with the hydrogen that is from here. So your product here is a chloroethane and hydrogen chloride. So should be boy. Okay, should be boy. Okay, number 40. Which polymer or type of polymer are synthetic? So definitely carbohydrate is not. So definitely carbohydrate is not. So this is wrong. And protein is, this is a more to organic. Organic is not a synthetic. So 3 is also wrong. So the best answer here will be 2 and 4. 2 and 4. 40 is D. Okay guys, so we have ended the paper in the most limited time limit, and I hope you can get something from this video. Okay, good luck for your exams. Thank you for watching this video.